Ayman Khan here for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Here Tuesday, we've just had an interview with Michael Venom Page. With me, it's the one and only co-founder of BKFC, Dave Feldman. Dave, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, not too bad. A little bit sweaty, but it's good. We get to have the sunny weather. It's a perfect day for fighting or fight training, and August 20th will be a perfect day for fighting too, as we have Michael Venom Page versus Mike Patton Perry. Talk to me about the fight, Dave.
It's going to be a great fight. MVP versus Michael Perry. Michael Perry is a former star of the UFC. Came over to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship and made a big splash with his debut with a sensational win over Julian Lane. And then you have MVP, one of the best strikers in all of mixed martial arts, stepping into that squared circle and taking off his gloves.
Taking off his gloves, indeed. The two big personalities as well, Michael Venom Page and Mike Perry. We've not seen too much of the trash talk just yet. I've seen a little bit of the two, but you expect them two to explode on fight night?
I think absolutely. I mean, we do have some pieces from some of the interviews where they were doing a lot of smack talk that's going to get released this week. But I think at the end of the day, they're going to really like each other, but they're going to go in there with some animosity because, look, whoever wins this fight, it's a big jump start for their career.
Bare knuckle fighting, we've seen some mixed reaction, to be fair, to say about bare knuckle fighting, but it's picking up. The eyes on the sport is picking up as well. What have you made of the reaction and then the trajectory of the sport too?
Well, I mean, I expected that, right? The perception of a bare knuckle fight is that it's a street fight, it's a bar fight, it's someone's just throwing fists and they're not schooled. Look, we have the most schooled and some of the most technical strikers in all of combat sports to fight for us. Every fighter that fights for us is an experienced combat sports veteran, whether it's boxing, mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, or kickboxing. So you throw that perception out the window and you really watch the product. That's why it's growing, because it's very fun, it's very exciting, and we have less injuries, so less head trauma, less facial fractures, less hand breaks than boxing or mixed martial arts. The only thing we have more of is more lacerations, so it's not as dangerous, it's not as deadly as people think it is. It just looks that way because there's blood, but people like blood.
People do like blood, indeed. It's part of it as well, the competition. It's steep competition. You have boxing on one side, you have MMA on the other side, and it's a hard field to get into, but you managed to break into that.
I just think it was something different, right? And everybody's looking for something different. But the thing I think most about bare knuckle fighting is that the common person, the regular person, not a combat sports fan, they can associate with this. Why? Because everybody, I don't care how old you are, how young you are, you're a boy or you're a girl, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, you know what a bare knuckle fight is, right? So that's why I think this is going to be easier to cross over into the mainstream person, and I think it's going to grow the sport.
Growing the sport, indeed, and that's the trajectory that it looks to be going into. Talk of maybe more shows happening over in the UK. What's the latest with that?
Yeah, absolutely. We just recently acquired a company called BFBA, Bare Fist Boxing Association. They're going to fall underneath the BKFC UK banner now. So they've been a veteran of about 20 events that they did already, and they have a lot of great fighters underneath their banner. So we're going to roll all them up underneath BKFC, and you can expect at least 6 to 8 shows in the UK per year.
Scattered across the country, or are you looking to focus into London as the main area?
I think we're going to go all up and down, everywhere. We're going to go to Scotland, we're going to go to Ireland, and we're going to go all up and down England as well. I think we have to in order to really make the sport grow.
Let me get your thoughts on a couple of things. I'll bring it back to bare knuckle fighting. First of all, we have a big rematch coming up in a couple of weeks, that being Usyk and Anthony Joshua 2. Your thoughts on that fight?
I mean, I think it's going to be a great fight. Just our luck that fell on the same day as our fight. I mean, but you got two incredible athletes. You got Anthony Joshua, who's an icon here, and you got Alexander Usyk, who came in and shocked the world. I personally think you're going to see a different Anthony Joshua. I think you're going to see a hungrier Anthony Joshua is what I think, and I think Anthony Joshua is going to come out victorious.
Someone who's very much steeped in bare knuckle history, will have a lot of bare knuckle fights, as his family would have. Is the Fury family. Tyson Fury is currently retired, but looking to come out of retirement and fight Derek Chisora. Your thoughts on that one?
I think that's a great fight for England. It'll be a great fight for England. You got a guy like Derek Chisora who always comes to fight, has one gear, and that's drive and go forward. And then you got Tyson Fury, who defies the odds each and every one of his fights, and he's one of the most skilled and probably one of the best heavyweights in history.
Tyson Fury is someone who, down the line, when his boxing career is said and done, you want to bring into bare knuckle and have bare knuckle fights. Well, not yourself, obviously, but have him square off with someone in bare knuckle.
Well, I'd love not even to wait till his career's over. I'd love to bring him over now. So we could bring Tyson Fury over. That would be great. But absolutely, I mean, look, it's in his heritage. It's what he grew up with. It's what his whole family knows. And, you just never know. You can never say no.
I'll leave the final word with you, Dave. Why should people tune in August 20th? Michael Venom Page versus Mike Patton Perry.
This bare knuckle fighting championship is the most fast-paced, exciting combat sport on the planet, bar none. I mean, I'm a huge boxing fan. I love mixed martial arts, but there's nothing like this. Why? I'm going to tell you why. There's nothing like hearing that sound. You hear that sound and you're like, wow, what is this? And you got some of the best combat sports athletes in the world fighting each other on this card August 20th. Tune in.